welcome back to the Stuff With Podcast. We just Bill of Rights, toss it or keep it. Amendment 3, soldiers cannot live in your house without permission except in real war with rules. What do you guys think about that?
Keep it.
Keep it.
Keep it.
If we were in a legitimate war on American shores, honestly, I wouldn't need to be compelled by the government to put soldiers up in my house. Be like, come in, grab a meal.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's honestly, it's just the American thing to do. Our soldiers are fighting a war on our soil.
Yeah.
They want food, they want water, they want somewhere to sleep. Dude, come in.
Right.
Like, they're our service members. If we don't have their backs, who will?
Right. A lot of and there are service members too, so chances are they're gonna,
I keep it.
Now, what about, like, so they can't live in your house, but what if they stay there for a night? Is that like an exception? Is that something? Oh, we're not living here. You don't have like people that they pull up to Walmart and they're technically not parked in front of Walmart because their stick shift is still in like drive, but they have their foot on the brake. It's like, oh, I'm not parked, I'm standing. Can a soldier argue that he's not living at your house even though he's kind of been sleeping and eating there for a couple days?
No.
I don't know.
If he wants to play those cards at some point, he will fall asleep and I won't.
Gay.
I don't think a soldier would play those cards, though. I think the government would try.
Oh,
Amendment number 4. All right. Toss it, keep it, amend it. Amendment number 4. Police cannot search you or your stuff without a good reason and a warrant.
keep it.
Keep it.
Agreement.
We need to make it stricter,
Yeah.
honestly.
Cannot search your stuff without a good reason and a warrant.
Get rid of reason. Just a warrant. You need a warrant for anything. Because they can just claim, oh, I smelled weed.
True.
Doesn't matter if there's weed or not. They can just claim that they smelled weed. Because you can't prove that they didn't smell weed.
Well, how about, because this is how they get all totalitarian rules approved. In the case of terrorism, you have somebody, you smell bomb on them. So
Get a warrant.
Get a warrant, but he's getting on a plane
Sucks to suck.
and you smell bomb.
Shouldn't have abused your powers and we wouldn't restrict them.
All right.
You've already proven you can't be trusted.
Fickle. I am on the side of don't search me. Get a
Yes.
fucking warrant,
Yeah, get a fucking warrant. But I'm also on the side of building enclosed mini bomb shelters where everybody at the airport has to step into one and then it closes. And if you have a bomb on you, it sets it off inside of a bomb enclosure.
That'd be good. Except there better be cameras because what if somebody threw a bomb in there last second and blamed it on you?
Have you been to an airport without a camera? Because I haven't.
There might be an area.
There's cameras.
Have you
everywhere.
ever been to a prison without a camera? Jeffrey Epstein.
You mean both cameras? Both
Something
cameras
happened. A
that
couple
somehow
minutes.
stopped working.
Every night for a couple minutes, it just stops working. Just stops
We call
working.
this the suicide 5-minute pause.
Yeah. I would be so worried. That whole prison now knows for like 5 minutes every night. Nobody knows what's happening.
And you know there's like the two types of prisoners where somebody's like, I can get away with murder in this time frame, and the other one's like, I can pee on the wall instead of the toilet.
Yeah. I can moan really loud.
One of them's gonna pee outside the cell door, just on the floor, knowing like, guard's gonna step in that.
Prove it. But
Gonna open up his dinner
2026,
tray.
2026, and we can't keep a live feed in prisons.
it's impossible.
We put a man on the moon in the fucking 80s, but we can't keep
Yeah.
cameras going in
Within
prisons for some
66
reason.
years, we went from the Wright brothers' first flight ever to man on the moon, and then somehow 60 years after that, we still can't have
Live
cameras running
feeds.
24 hours.
You know they credit a woman with the code regarded for the flight that put us on the moon? And they showed a picture of her next to like 5 feet in books that the code was actually written out in, allegedly.
Oh, yeah?
If a woman actually did send us to the moon, I don't blame her.
Send men to the moon? A woman sent men
I'm
to
not
the
surprised
moon.
that a woman wanted to send men away from her.
Oh. Oh.
She's like, hold on, I can convince these bunches of people to go to the moon?
Don't you want to go outside and explore, honey?
Don't you have the manly urge to go to the moon and leave me alone in the home with the neighbor's
Oh.
husband?
Ah.
The milkman.
The milkman? Do you know the
Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man.
Who lives on Drury Lane? Yes, him! Well, she was married.
My wife is going to love that.
The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
We got some Shrek fans.
I love Shrek. Get Shrek.
Donkey. That's all I got.
Donkey!
Back to the game. Bill
My
of Rights,
apologies.
toss it, keep it, amend it. Amendment number 5. We got 27 of these guys. So, amendment number 5. You cannot be forced to testify against yourself. You cannot be tried twice for the same crime, and you cannot, or you get due process before losing life, liberty, or property.
Keep it.
Keep it.
Perfect. Amendment number 6. Keep it, toss it, amend it. You get a fast public trial by jury. You can face your accusers and have a lawyer.
Keep it.
Keep it. And let's get these trials a little quicker.
All right, expedite them.
Trials within the same. You know what? Trials within a 2-week period. Honestly, I think we need more courts because
More
there's
judges.
clearly not enough to handle the inflow of current cases where people are getting stuck in prison for 6 months before their case is ever heard. It's ridiculous.
It is pretty
At
crazy.
this point, the process is the punishment.
Also, something I think is kind of crazy. You know, the Supreme Court decides if they want to hear a case or not.
Yeah, I don't think that they should be allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I think there should be stricter requirements for a case to be brought up to the Supreme Court, but for them to be like,
To pick and choose.
we're only going to look at these 2. Like, sweetie, there's 15 on the docket here. You're not picking 2. You're doing all 15. Because I'm tired of the inaction from the Supreme Court and choosing to just refuse to hear a case because they're afraid of what might happen if
Yeah.
they rule in one direction or another. And I'm like,
Hear
can,
the
you just-
freaking case.
Right.
can I just have
It's always like the most important ones. You're like,
how many are there? 7? Can I just have 7 Clarences?
yeah.
4 Alitos? Fine with either.
Isn't that the black one?
Clarence Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, progressive are you?
The dude has come down on the side of the U.S. Constitution in every single scenario. I will absolutely be progressive, and all 7 of them can be Clarence Thomas.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then what's like the one white woman that we
No,
like? Do we like a white woman?
no, we
there?
don't.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Because you can't count on her to come down on the side of the Constitution. She's proven that time and time again.
But like, imagine 6
talking about Amy
Clarence
Barrett?
Thomases and 1 Amy Barrett, and then we could do that meme where it's like the couch.
Oh shit. Blacked or some shit like
There
that.
it is, baby.
What's the made up word from the people with the 17 sexualities for sapiosexual, where you're attracted to somebody's intelligence?
Okay.
I don't think Thomas Clarence would want anything to do with Amy Coney Barrett because she's not intelligent.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I learned
I'm
something
pretty-
today.
I thought you were about to be super racist and say
No, no, no.
sapien sexual.
I believe it's sapiosexual.
It is. That's about intelligence. I learned that at an open mic a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I
Yep.
learned it right now.
Mental stimulation and high intelligence to be the primary defining factor of sexual attraction.
Yeah.
Nice.
You could be a giant.
Must be nice to be
Piece of
highbrow.
lard.
Mine's the body. Do you look good? Do you not?
Yeah.
Dylan, you look like you've been working out and eating healthy.
Yeah?
The opposite is for me.
I'm not smart.
He's like, I'm not smart.
Ew.
I only host a podcast and I ran the Kennedy campaign. I'm not intelligent.
Well, the first one you do not need to be intelligent for.
What did I say?
Ran a podcast. I'm like, all I do is run a podcast and run the
Listen, to
Kennedy.
be on a podcast, you don't have to be intelligent, as I have currently proved
Exactly.
time and
yeah,
time
yeah.
again. To run a podcast, you need to know enough.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I got you.
But
don't have
Russell,
me, but I do have
could
you.
confirm it's not.
Ross is
Well-
like, dude, I just show up.
I do just show up. I wouldn't know the first fucking thing. I know how to edit clips though. If I had a computer that worked.
The one time.
That one time.
Sure.
Sure.
AI edit our clips. Amendment. What did we finish?
7.
Was this-
7. We're on number
We
7.
got to do 7. All right. Amendment 7 in our game of Bill of Rights. Toss it, keep it, amend it. You get a jury trial in big civil cases.
Bit.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
I feel like some of these are simplified too much.
Yeah.
Couldn't we join that in with 6?
Yeah, I feel like that would kind of fall under the 6th
All
Amendment.
right.
But then again, redundancy is not out of the U.S. government's purview, so.
Mm.
And we're still in the original 10 Bill of Rights, kind of. So this is what like the founders wanted. Amendment 8. Bail cannot be too high. Fines cannot be too big. Punishment cannot be cruel or unusual. Keep it, amend it, toss it.
Amend it.
I would say amend it.
Punishment can certainly be cruel and unusual depending on the crime.
Whoa.
Yes.
For example, pedophilia. You should be hung by the neck
Publicly.
publicly while being castrated. I
You
wouldn't
never see
but then
Braveheart?
again, I wouldn't consider that cruel or unusual.
No,
I
not
would
for them.
consider that justified.
Yeah. You ever see Braveheart?
Drawn and
Yeah,
quartered.
Blueface.
Yeah. At the end?
Yeah, he was drawn and quartered.
Yeah, that.
Like,
Where they tie a rope to each of your arms and your legs, and they have 4 horses go in different directions.
I'm way
That's
too
being
strong.
drawn and quartered. It literally rips your limbs from your body.
Well, didn't they decapitate him first and then do that? Maybe that was just the movie.
No. I just watched Braveheart the other day because my wife hadn't seen it before. No, they drew because he was screaming freedom as they did it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm so strong they wouldn't be able to get me. My ligaments are like top notch.
Like 4 horsepower.
But you
That's
remember
crazy,
that?
bro.
Do you remember in that movie how they wheel them out and everybody's throwing cabbages and fucking vegetables at them and shit?
Free food?
Well, yeah. I mean, sure.
Organic?
It was like, hold on, they threw organic food.
Can
at
I
me?
sign up for this?
Yeah.
How do I get on a wheel where they throw organic food at me?
That sounds great.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
no,
that too, though.
But no, I think we should amend it. But it very much depends on what people would classify as cruel and unusual. Because I've
And
seen
yet-
women judges where I don't trust them to not rule in
Right.
the shittiest
It
way
has to be like,
imaginable.
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Like the case that I brought up to you earlier today. I don't know if you had seen it. There was a man that threw his chair at the judge because the judge gave the murderer of his daughter
Oh.
120 hours of community service.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, there's a study that actually proves why women should have nothing to do with the court system, or I would
too much
extrapolate that
empathy.
out to any position of power. But it's the empathy one,
Yeah.
where they feel the same level of empathy whether an innocent person gets hurt or a guilty person
They
gets
did a
hurt.
study on it too.
Yeah.
They had the they
That's
had
what I'm
them,
talking about.
yeah, they had them focusing on
Because the men felt joy when the person who was cheating
and they
got
still felt
electrocuted, and they felt empathy when the person who was innocent got electrocuted, and the woman
And-
felt empathy for both.
right. They felt
So if you're
felt
going to feel empathy for a person that committed an extremely violent crime, you should not be in a position of sentencing said person.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
So there's a difference between sexes?
I mean,
Contrary to popular belief,
Unbelievable.
men and women are fucking different.
yeah. Yeah.
They're also not equal.
Nope.
I have a question.
I'm with it. Let's go.
Do you think men and women deserve equal pay?
I think they get equal pay.
Yeah, but like, do you think they should?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
If you're doing the same job, why wouldn't you get the same pay?
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
I knew we had a fucking liberal on the podcast.
I love when like they do the newscast and they're like, women get 70 cents on the dollar. Bitch, if that was the case, women would be the only ones working because nobody would hire a man knowing that they had to pay 30 cents extra an hour.
Right.
It's because they take sports into the equation.
And they've also
the
made,
NBA operates at a loss. The WNBA is making hundreds of millions in profit.
Oh, you mean the other way around? Oh, yeah. The NBA makes.
The NBA
Yeah.
makes
Oh, okay.
hundreds of millions in
I
profit.
misheard you.
And the
And the
WNBA
WNBA makes
operates
nothing.
at a loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
They could
nobody wants to
split it.
watch women's sports because they compete at middle school level.
Not even women watch the WNBA.
Exactly. Women don't show up for their own sports, and then they get mad when they don't get paid
Why do you
enough.
want to watch us? I don't watch sports at all, but I
Me
will
either.
tell you, if they played next to naked or absolutely naked, I
Didn't
would
they
be
make a
such a big
That is why
WNBA
cheerleading
fan.
is considered a sport.
Too much clothes.
Didn't they do that on MTV too for like a whole while? They had like the half-naked chicks playing football.
Yeah, they did.
Didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, I got a proposition for you guys. We make a league specifically for trans people,
Yes. I mean, I agree
and
with
we
that.
no longer test for drugs in the trans league.
Yes.
Because I want to watch people on as much steroids, as much testosterone, or as much
Dude,
estrogen as
yeah.
possible competing in the fucking league.
Yeah, dude. You
Now,
never
tell
know.
me that would not become the most popular watch.
Yeah, because you never know
No
what you're
one
gonna
cares
get.
about the people. They care about the copious amount of drugs these people are on and what it's going to do to their performance.
Yeah. You never
I
know what.
want MMA between trans people.
Yeah, and you know what's cool? You'd never know what you're gonna get either. Like betting for that would be like the payout.
Well, the betting would just be bet on the man because the man's going to win regardless.
Yeah,
or
but
the biological man.
say yeah, but if you have
Sorry,
like
weird people.
if you have like two men that are on different levels of testosterone, you don't know which one took which drugs or what level they're at, and it's like
Exactly.
you can't narrow it down. So it's like
I mean, one of them
it's
might be-
anybody's game.
I would bet on the one foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
I thought about that, like in the army, like let them do some.
The one growing hair on their
PCP. Come
I
knuckles.
on.
think the trans. Alex Stein made a great point about this, where he said we should let trans people in the military because they're the ones that are committing all the mass shootings. They obviously want to shoot people. Just put them in the military and allow them to do it.
Yeah. Give them an outlet. Come on.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
wanna
give them
do-
their own force. Drop them into whatever country you hate the most,
their own platoon.
and they'll do their thing.
Right.
So we drop a couple trans people into Israel, and we call it a day.
Dude, imagine how fun sports would be.
God. Oh, I
Right,
love
can
it.
you imagine an unregulated sports league?
That's what
I
I'm saying.
might actually watch
Give them the
sports.
drugs. Let them do the cocaine. Let them do the TRT. Like just fucking.
after
don't
the
know.
age of 18.
The clips from this are
Yeah.
gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna share so many of these.
So this is gonna be fucking great.
When would this go out?
I think I'll do a quick edit. I'll get this out before Wednesday.
That would be great.
But typically it's about a week.
Be great.
All right, so Amendment 8, 9.
Where are
We
we?
are on 9. All right. On our Bill of Rights, toss it, keep it, amend it. Just because some rights are listed does not mean you lose other rights.
Keep it.
Good. Amendment 10. Powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or the people. Keep it, amend it, toss it.
Keep it.
All right. That's the bill. That's the bill.
Well, there's more of them, but
That's the OG.
that's the
Bill of
OG.
Rights.
Oh yeah.
A speed run through 11 to 27.
Well, we'll speed run it.
Fucking Christ.
This is what our founders did.
Yeah, all the people writing this shit.
Amendment 11. You cannot sue another state in federal court if you live in a different state or country. Keep it, amend it, toss it.
Keep it.
Wait, you can't sue another
You can't-
state?
You cannot sue another state in federal court if you live in a different state or country. That
Wait,
is a weird one. Hold on.
Yeah,
the
no.
way, I don't like the way that's worded. Can we? What's?
So
Is this number 11?
if I wanted to sue Massachusetts, they're saying, but I live in Rhode Island,
Yeah, you can't
so
sue
I
'em.
can't do it.
Yeah, what if you go into say you go into Massachusetts with I don't know. Say something happens to you in Massachusetts. What do you mean?
But
Yeah, I
hold on,
actually
they
don't
are
agree
saying
with this one.
I can't sue them in federal court.
Why
Because
not?
this is all right. So establishes the principle of state sovereign immunity primarily by preventing federal courts from hearing lawsuits brought against a state by citizens of another state or foreign nationals. I'm perfectly fine with barring foreign nationals from bringing lawsuits on anything in America.
Yeah, but
But
American
if I live in
citizens.
Rhode Island and something happens to me in Massachusetts, I deserve the right to sue Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is the current workaround? Is there's got to be some way? Are they saying there's a
state
different
can
court?
sue another state
So I have to
federally.
petition my state to sue the other state on my behalf?
Yeah, so I would say amend this.
Yeah. If I'm understanding it
I would
correctly.
keep it strictly saying that foreign nationals cannot sue states,
Yeah.
but the citizens of any state should be allowed to sue any other state.
That is a very interesting
I would
amendment.
sue Massachusetts over their income tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a good
Connecticut
one.
too. Their income tax is insane.
I don't work in Connecticut.
Oh, it's for somebody making $80,000, you're paying like another $1,000 a year in income tax.
I made
That's-
150 and paid 46 grand. So Massachusetts and the federal government are both on my shit list right now.
46 grand in taxes.
Yeah.
Versus Rhode Island, you pay
Keep
how
in mind
much?
that is more than a quarter of the entire country makes a year.
Hmm.
And they still have the nerve to say, well, some people don't pay their fair share. Yeah, the people making under what I pay in taxes a year, you use more than you pay. You're the ones not paying your fair share.
Yeah.
But to
Right.
say that the top 1% of earners that pay the top 70% of taxes are the problem seems a little asinine to me.
Out of Rhode Island, Mass, and Connecticut, Rhode Island actually has the best income tax
Out of
those
three,
three
yeah.
states.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at Maine, New Hampshire,
New
Vermont.
Hampshire doesn't have state income tax.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
They're the best.
But,
Property tax.
yeah, their property taxes are way higher.
And
only
they have
way-
a sales tax too, right? Or no?
No, they don't have a state sales tax either. That's why their
Nice.
property taxes are so high. But if they were to adopt the Florida method, because I'm pretty sure it just passed Florida's legislation where single family homes lose all of their property taxes. Like you don't pay property tax on a single family home that you own or occupy
In Florida?
in Florida.
Oh
They
man.
just got rid of that.
Jay, I'm
So
coming.
now it's just if you have like an Airbnb or a rental property or multiple homes, you
Yeah.
pay on the multiple ones.
Right.
You don't pay on the one that you reside in. So if you were to go down there buy a single family home that you reside in, you no longer pay property tax. So no
Hmm.
property tax, no income tax. They operate on sales tax.
I gotta say, I feel like
Come on, Katie. Why aren't we doing that?
I feel like Florida is like what America should be.
Yeah,
Florida
Florida
has got to
and
be the
Texas.
best state in the entire country.
At this point, I'd be hard pressed to disagree with that. Permitless concealed carry, no property taxes on single family homes, no state income tax, and yet they operate at a
And he's the most.
what's the word for a
Efficient?
surplus. They operate on
They
a
are,
surplus.
oh my God. And they're the most Maha state. They're doing all these studies into glyphosate and our food that
And as much as people want to give DeSantis credit for that, honestly, I wouldn't. I would give it
Latipo.
to the Florida legislature in its entirety. I think DeSantis is an excellent mouthpiece for Florida, but I think the Florida legislature is just top notch.
Mm.
Oh, okay. On the Maha piece specifically, I do notice a lot of it is coming from, I believe, DeSantis, his wife,
Mhm.
very big on Maha, and Latipo, the Surgeon General.
Yep.
So they're. I love the state, man. They got good weather. I kind of really want to move there. They don't have great unemployment. You know, okay, I lose my job. It kind of would suck if I lost my
The
job in
only
Florida. but-
real issue that I've seen so far, because I have been considering moving down there, the only real issue I've seen so far is the amount of different insurances you have to have because of floods, hurricanes, yada, yada, yada. The insurances will kill you.
Yeah, but that's not something they can really control. I mean,
They can.
that but then you're like, you know, this freedom of economies of scale and stuff. It's because the insurances are affecting every Sun Belt state.
Yeah, but insurance shouldn't be mandatory. If I don't want to buy hurricane insurance, I shouldn't be legally forced to.
Yeah, I don't like how Rhode Island makes you do car insurance.
So speaking of which, when like they brought up because of the assault weapons ban from last year, initially there was a piece in there that forced you to register your firearms if you wanted to keep them. Fortunately, that got discarded. But when I was arguing with people about that, they were like, well, you have to register your car. Why can't you register your firearm? And I was like, fun fact, I don't believe in registering your car either.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You use one rule to beget another. It's like I
So
don't believe in
bought a
either.
motorcycle in New Hampshire, no sales tax. I come to Rhode Island with it, and then I go to register it, and they're like, "Oh, you have to pay sales tax." What do you mean? I didn't buy it in Rhode Island. I bought it in a state with no sales tax. They're like, "Yeah, but you're registering it in Rhode Island, so you have to pay us the sales tax." So I'm like, so if I bought it in Massachusetts and paid the sales tax on it in Massachusetts and then registered it in Rhode Island, I have to pay you sales tax again? They were like, yes. I was like, you do understand why people hate you, right?
That's insane.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
fucking crazy.
There's no, the government.
I bought my car in Massachusetts. I paid twice the amount of sales tax. I didn't realize it.
You paid sales tax on the actual purchase, and then when you registered it, you paid sales tax to the state of Rhode Island.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a corrupt shithole.
You know, there's this guy I talked to. He's a friend of mine. He wants to actually get rid of the state of Rhode Island. I don't think he's not too far off.
He's really not. At this point, I'm perfectly fine with New Hampshire coming down here and claiming us.
Please.
Please invade us, New Hampshire.
Yeah. They have the strongest libertarian, the most libertarians in their
I
government.
considered moving to New Hampshire. That way I could still keep my job and just live in a place that doesn't suck dick, but or suck ass, because sucking dick is a good thing.
No
Not
matter-
for me. I don't know why
If you
you're
want
laughing.
to do it.
I knew
I was
that
like,
was
what?
the moment he fucking giggled, I knew I was screwed.
Yeah,
No,
on the receiving end.
I would absolutely give up Rhode Island to be under New Hampshire state control. The only reason I won't move to New Hampshire is because I don't want to be farther north. I don't want to deal with more snow and more cold. I want less snow and less cold because I want to ride my motorcycle more often than 5 months out of the year.
Yeah. Plus, the cheap parts of New Hampshire are like as far away from Boston as you can get.
And that's the problem is I have to
Yeah.
commute down to
Awesome.
the gulag.
Yeah. The gulag. All right.
So what are we on? 12?
12. Amendment 12. The president and vice president are elected on separate ballots. Keep it, amend it, toss it.
What?
What?
Since when?
That is weird.
I was just about to say, since when? They run on a ticket together.
Yeah. President and vice president.
When is the last time we actually went by this? Requiring electors to cast separate, distinct votes for president and vice president rather than 2 votes for president.
Oh, okay. They're talking about electors, not when we do
yeah,
a
but they
general.
run on a ticket.
They run
The
on a ticket.
electors
Yeah,
are choosing
they-
the
they're-
ticket. They're not choosing
circumnavigating
Trump
the-
and...
amendment, it sounds like. Where technically the electors, oh yeah, you have the option to not vote. Or,
In my
Oh, yeah.
lifetime, we
But-
have operated in direct perpendicular nature to this amendment.
Right.
I've never seen this in effect.
Yeah. Well, they were like, we want Joe Biden, but you can't have Kamala.
So for the first like few presidents we ever had, so this is a very old amendment, I believe.
Yeah.
It would typically, like, if it were to happen today, how it would be for the first few presidents of the United States. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris running for president. Donald Trump wins. Kamala Harris technically would become the vice president, according to the
yeah.
beginning of the United States.
That's how
Yeah.
how it operated.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
Yep.
I've never actually looked into that. That's
And it happened a few
required.
times, and they're like, "Well, dude, my vice president is my adversarial. This guy's like
Right,
working
so
against me."
fucking
ratified
hates
in
me.
1804, the 12th Amendment to the United States Constitution fundamentally changed presidential elections by requiring electors to cast separate, distinct votes for president and vice president. Rather, I don't agree with that. Toss it. Toss it. They run as a ticket. They're one unit. There's
Yeah, I
no
would say
reason
so.
that we should have a different vote for both. Because what if we vote for Trump, right? God forbid, Trump looks like he's going to do great, and he's promoting Vance, but Vance doesn't win the VP election, and we
Right.
get another Pence.
Yeah.
Now I'm not happy. Now we have a fucking problem.
Yeah. Maybe in a primary, they should have a vote where who do you think your president's VP should be? So in the primary elections, everybody gets a vote on
I
who
would
the
have picked
VP
Thomas
is.
Massey. Or Rand Paul.
Well, those would have been my
Actually,
first.
no, I wouldn't want to pick either of them because we would lose their seats in the House or the Senate. Somebody else would have to get elected, and I don't want to lose either of their seats.
Yeah, we need them. Tough.
That was the biggest problem with Trump's appointments because he was picking a lot of people from Congress that was on our side, which was taking away from our majority because other people had to be put in.
Right.
So we were like, you're taking away our majority to build your cabinet, and you're only creating a problem for yourself. Pick different people.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. Well, he was leaving anyways, wasn't he?
No.
No.
He was going to stay, but then they wanted him to run, I think it was AG.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted him to be AG, so he gave up his seat to go for
No,
the AG, and it didn't get confirmed.
He was gonna be where Pam Bondi is right
And
now.
he should be.
Yeah,
where
that would
Pam
have
Bondi
been
is.
way better.
Pam Bondi is an anti-2A bimbo piece of shit.
Yeah. Can't stand her.
She is useless.
Oh, Thomas Massey says something about Pam Bondi. Is at the beginning, because he's spoken very harshly against Pam Bondi.
He was
Because
right.
she's dropped the freaking ball in this whole thing. So he was on a podcast and he said that Pam Bondi actually, he believes in his heart of hearts and her heart of hearts, she wanted to do the right thing. But somebody came along to her and said, hey, by the way, you're not allowed to do any of this. And you have to play ball. And that they somehow convinced her that, you know, you can try to do as much damage control as you can, but you cannot do certain things.
They probably just sat her down in a room and slid a picture of JFK across the table to her.
That's what they keep saying. You
Want to end up like that?
But you know what?
You ever heard of being Clintoned?
I would rather be Clintoned on my morals than die hated by the entire U.S. population because I was a fucking coward.
Well, behind the scenes, what if, okay, let me leave, and then you get some institutional person in there that doesn't do anything? Because, like, what if there are things that she's doing in our interest? It's just not the big thing.
She hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
in our
like
interest
what?
yet.
Well, have we been looking?
She botched the Epstein list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't see, like, everything she's doing day to day. Like, we have, if
No,
you could
but
have
given that
somebody
our
in there.
News coverage is dick,
Yeah.
and they never
Yeah.
have anything actual to report. You would assume that given that she was doing anything legitimate that people would actually want to hear about, or even things that people don't want to hear about, somebody in media would be covering it. And so far, all she's done is botch the Epstein things and be pro red flag laws.
Oh
I
my
think that
God.
alone should have gotten her thrown out.
And pro hate speech.
Yep. She brought up hate speech
She
as
did.
an actual thing.
Yeah.
She did.
Hate speech isn't real.
Right.
I forgot about that. That was so bad.
I actually did too until he mentioned that.
Ay, Dios mío.
You know, I never expected in my life that you would be a political junkie.
Really?
He's
I
been a
do-
since high school, bro.
I
Well-
never, no.
Since like 18, like as soon as Donald Trump started to run, I was like,
Oh.
all right, I'm gonna start paying attention to this shit.
I remember you
Well-
and our other roommate.
Well, yeah, when I was living with you, that's when
But
I
that
that's when I
wasn't back
first
when
started.
I was part of the crew.
Yeah.
That was after my time.
Oh.
When
You knew a lot about war. You knew a lot
I
about.
did, I liked learning about wars.
Yeah.
I like learning about like strategic shit that people did, like
You remember the day you
geopolitical.
pulled into my driveway with,
Keith.
what's his name in the side seat?
Yeah.
And you and I were talking, I think it was before the 2024 election, or 2020 election.
I was working for the Kennedy campaign, I think.
That wasn't 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
'Cause you-
24.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm supporting Trump. I wish Kennedy would just get behind Trump. And he was like, you know, I'm pro Kennedy. I'm like, I'm pro Kennedy in a lot of ways. I
Yeah.
just wish he would get with Trump. I don't think he's going to win. I think he's kind of screwed. And then he brought up how Trump kind of screwed Kennedy to begin with and yada, yada, yada. And we went back and forth for like 5 minutes. But like, you were somebody that I considered the other side of the aisle that I could debate with for 24 hours and never have an actual problem with.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did the same. We had like so many conversations just like that too. Because I was Trump and you were Kennedy, and I was like, dude, I just want them to get together. Like
Fun
literally.
fact, I only voted for Trump once.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2024, I voted Trump.
I voted for
That
him.
was it.
I voted for him all 3 times.
2016,
Yeah.
I didn't vote at all.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let the best piece of shit win. And then in 2020, I voted Libertarian because I liked Joe Jorgensen and I liked her platform. And then 2024, the Libertarian Party ran a gay race communist.
Oliver.
And
Oliver.
yeah, Oliver. And I was like, I'm not going to take you seriously anymore. It should have been Michael Rechtenwald, in which case I would have voted Libertarian again.
Most
because at
libertarians
least I
I
could
talked
die
to,
in my morals.
it was like some kind of coup happened. It was
Yeah,
supposed to be him.
So he was in second place, and then Chase made a deal with the dude in third place. You give me your votes, I'll give you a position of power if I win. And so the dude in third dropped out and moved all of his votes to Chase, which is why Chase beat Michael Rechtenwald.
Unbelievable.
If Rechtenwald won, I would have voted Rechtenwald, and then I would have been 0 for 3 with Trump.
Yeah.
I would have never
A
voted
lot
for
of people
him.
were unhappy about Oliver, and I think those libertarian votes went to Trump.
They did.
Yeah.
The entire Mises caucus voted Trump.
Mm.
And it was because a
Crazy.
lot of us expected Dave Smith to run.
Oh yeah.
And as much as
can
I
see
have
that.
problems with a couple of his stances, I think overall he's a way better person, and I think he would have been a way better politician. Granted, Donald Trump wrote The Art of the Deal, and he's all this and he's all that, and I
I
don't
read
care.
The Art of a Deal. It wasn't much in there.
It's
Yeah.
really nothing that you wouldn't just expect from common sense,
Yeah.
but I guess common sense is a luxury these days that most people don't have. But yeah, I would have voted Rechtenwald in 2024, given the option to.
That would
So
have.
I've only voted for Trump
That
once.
might have swayed the entire election a different way because
It-
Trump won off of
I
libertarian
honestly
independent
think that
votes.
Kamala would have won at that point.
Yeah.
If they actually ran Rechtenwald, none of the libertarians that voted Trump would have. We all would have stayed libertarian.
Yikes!
In which case, Trump would have lost to Kamala, and we'd have Kamala as a president.
Wow. And then maybe
And-
Kennedy wouldn't have endorsed Trump and would have tried to work with
Kennedy
Breckenwald.
might have still endorsed Trump. He just still wouldn't end up anywhere. And that's because the Democrats betrayed him.
Yeah.
The same way they betrayed Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah. They like to
and
forget
as much
that
as I
part.
disagreed with Bernie, I never liked the dude. I never wanted him in a position of power. But they cheated him
Yeah, they fucked
with
him.
Clinton.
Yeah. How are you going to stand up for the DNC?
after
What they literally, the DNC does not work for the American person. They've proved it.
Because
There's no
he's a
ambiguity.
coward, and that proved it. Because if he got backstabbed like that and then said, wow, I can't believe my own party would do this, and then either switched independent or followed Tulsi and RFK to the right side of the aisle, literally the right side, not
Yeah.
the metaphorically right side, I'd have more respect for him.
He should have done
But
something.
the fact that he stayed with the DNC just showed, okay, so you got bodied by your own party in a completely criminally unfair way, and you still carry water for them, you're a spineless coward.
Hmm.
And you
Yeah.
always were.
Unbelievable. People that listen to anything he has to say after falling out and just being on his back for the Democrat Party. Like what is I don't know. Have you seen how much money he's taking from Big Pharma? The thing that he's literally
And he's like, I didn't take money from Big Pharma. I took money from people that work for pharmaceutical companies, but it was all small donations.
yeah. Oh my god.
This is called circumvention.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did a backdoor?
You still did it. You're just claiming that it happened differently.
Yeah.
Not claiming that it didn't happen. Just claiming that it happened in a different way than we said.
And Elizabeth Warren, the same thing, even
Yep.
more money than Bernie, except she's not saying it came from small donations. She's just like, so what if they give me money?
I can respect a corrupt piece of shit as long as they're honest about it. If you're, and this is one of the things that I have, like, it's the weirdest sort of conundrum, right? I have respect, plenty of respect for my enemies, as long as they're honest about what they're doing. If I can expect you to be honest, I have an amount of respect for you. I will operate on a basis of respect when it comes to you. Regardless of whether or not I agree with you, like you, hate you, love you, doesn't matter. If you're completely honest, I have no reason not to respect you. If you operate from falsehood the way Bernie did, I have no reason to respect you. Even if you're on my side and you lie to me, I'm not going to respect you. Why would I?
Yeah, that's how I feel a lot about these news agencies. There's a difference between
You don't hate the media.
you see a
enough.
lot of lies and you see a lot of white lies and you see a lot of not telling you the entire truth. And I
The way
don't.
Tim
All of
Pool
that is
puts it,
lying to me.
Did Trump do a backflip on Sunday? Or did Trump do a backflip? And they'll write this whole article about how it's false that Trump did a backflip. And then in the background, like in the very bottom, it'll be like, did Trump do a backflip on Sunday? No, he did it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like that's modern new. It's the same way the cooking recipes are now, where you look up a recipe and they give you like 30 pages of their life story, and I'm like, I don't care that you were abused as a child. Give me the monkey bread recipe, please. Like, I didn't click on your link to hear your life story. I don't give a fuck about who you are.
Scroll. Recipe. Thank
And
fucking
I'm hitting next page like 17 times, and it's just 400 different ads because they know that no one actually reads.
Yeah.
Because people either don't know how or they don't care to anymore.
The a lot, like with RFK, all these news agencies come out. Oh, he's restricting people's access to the hepatitis B vaccine. Like, okay, he is. So that's the headline coming from the left, and you look at it, it's like, no. So he got rid of the recommendation. The ACIP committee, adopted by HHS, CDC, said that, you know what, we're no longer going to recommend it, but anybody who wants to get it can still get it. We're just saying, hey, based on the science, the good science, not the science that was paid for by Big Pharma and the lobbyists, and the studies that were organized by them to exclude certain things and not look at certain stuff. And Trump, Kennedy's saying, if we look at the good science, we don't think we should recommend it anymore. But you know what? This is America. You want to do it? Go right ahead. And then they write a headline like that. Look at this. He's denying people access to it. So that right there falls in the category of lying.
Yeah.
And then, so now they
it's lying by omission.
They do this thing, say, okay, well, it's not lying because if this happens, then that could happen, where this could happen, where we would be right with that headline. And what would that be? Well, if the states don't align with their Medicaid and don't make them pay for the vaccines anymore because it's not covered by ACIP, and those states only require their Medicaids to cover what's covered by the ACIP committee, by the recommendations. Okay, so the states do have the power to override that and say, we don't care about the ACIP committee. We want you to cover any vaccine, even if it's not on the recommendation list. Is that true? Yes, it is true. Okay, so then what the hell was this headline was about?
Why are we recommending vaccines for sexually transmitted diseases to children that aren't having sex?
And when the mothers are tested for that disease before the child was ever born, so we know if they're susceptible to have it or not and
why
can transmit it.
Why are Jews sucking baby penis and getting away with it?
And why aren't more people doing it?
Because most of us have a functioning sense of morality.
Yes, that's what I was.
Unlike some people, it's real.
Yeah.
No, did you see the case? There was a baby that literally got herpes because the rabbi, after they cut the foreskin off, sucked his penis. He got herpes from it. The baby developed herpes because the rabbi sucked his penis after they cut the foreskin off.
I'm gonna fact check this. This is real.
You can fact check this.
Holy shit.
I would put this on the same level as Bachabazi. Tell me you know what Bachabazi is.
I don't. All right. So the Jews actually kicked us off for talking about that story.
Yeah, that was insane.
So
I bring up the rabbi sucking baby penis and giving it herpes. It gets fact checked true, and the podcast gets taken offline.
yeah, and I mean completely shut down. Not even like a camera malfunction.
I haven't even checked if that entire segment is available, if it's saved. Hopefully
oh my god, imagine.
But
I hope that's saved.
that was incredible timing.
Holy shit. All right.
Yeah. So
Good time to move into slavery.
back to Bill of Rights, toss it, keep it. Amendment 13. Slavery is banned except as punished for a crime. Keep it, toss it, amend it.
Wait, say that again?
What?
Slavery. Oh my god.
Hold on. I've been railing against the prison industry using people for slave labor, and the whole time that's been a constitutional amendment.
Except for punishment for a crime. Yeah.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Keep it.
Yeah,
Keep
keep it.
You guys have some perverse incentives. I don't know what's going on. Amendment 14. Anyone born in the U.S. as a citizen, states must give equal
Toss it.
protection and due process to all people. Keep it, toss it,
Toss
amend
it.
it.
Toss it.
Toss
That
it.
was a quick one.
Anchor
Amendment
babies. Can't have
Yeah.
it.
No, definitely. If not toss it, definitely amend it. It was made for slave children and slaves.
That's
It makes sense,
That's
right
what it
after
was
the
made for.
13th Amendment.
because
here's
the initial
14.
intention was to give the slaves that were here
Right.
U.S. citizenship. It
You-
wasn't so that somebody from China can come over here for 3 days, have a baby, bring it back to China, raise it under the CCP, and then send it back here to run for fucking president one day. So
Yeah.
we can have a CCP president, and suddenly China's not an adversary anymore. Get rid of birthright
Crazy.
citizenship, or change it so that you have to be at a minimum a third generation American immigrant family before your children are considered immigrants, or before your
citizens.
children are considered American citizens at birth.
Yeah. I would
Protect
select that.
heritage Americans and make sure that these families that come here actually want to be here.
I think, and they can override that if they serve in the military.
So if we get into the Starship Troopers version of service guarantees citizenship, I'm iffy on the idea. I would typically agree with it, but I also don't like it because if we're in a time of peace and we're not actually going to war, they have nothing to lose by signing up,
sign
doing
up for
a
the
desk job for
risk
4 years.
Of it. They don't know. And it's like,
Yeah, but that's the thing.
you
We're
sign
the
a
white
contract, you
race.
got to do it for 2 years. A year from now, you
Two
don't.
is too small.
No, yeah, well, 2 is way too small. I would say
If you signed up
4.
for a contract right now, do you think in the next 2 years we would or would not be at war? Do you think that
We would be.
there it is? I feel like for the past 10 years, every year people could say we probably would be at war.
For a foreign-born national to be considered through service a citizen, it should be a minimum 10-year contract. If you're not willing to prove your commitment, it's because you don't actually want to be here.
I would be a little more liberal on that. I would say probably 4, 8 years.
4
Somewhere.
is standard for U.S.
Yeah.
I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah, I don't
consider
know
that.
whatever is standard. If 4 is standard,
I'd be a little bit more.
My wife just texted me and said, "When will my husband return from war?"
from war. How did she know?
My wife was called me twice. She's like, "Where the
As
fuck
soon
are
as
you?"
Iran quits. No, but she did legitimately text me that.
That's fine.
You guys will get a kick out.
She's working with Hezbollah.
I shit you not.
There it is. From war.
There was one day because I'm working 410s right now, and I was on the way home one day, and she was like, "When will my husband return from the war?" I was like, "When you finally treat me like a husband."
Oh my god.
And inside joke with her because she's incredible
Aw.
in every regard. So I like to her and I joke around a lot, which I'm completely sidetracking this, but we were sitting outside on the porch one day because we have like a closed-in patio that gets really warm when the sun comes. It's like a greenhouse effect. Really
Yeah.
warm in there. It's really nice. You die eventually, but
It's like a slow oven in Germany.
so her and I were joking with each other, and she told me like to stop doing something, and I was like, I can't believe you're gaslighting me like this. And so we both laughed. She walked away. Her mother thought I was being serious and brought it up to her and was like, "What's going on? Like, are you guys okay?" She was like, "Mother, it's our sense of humor.
Yeah.
We do this all the time. He does something blatant. I tell him not to do it. And while he blatantly continues doing it, he tells me to stop gaslighting him. Or he gaslights me." And like, it's just the funny inner workings of our relationship and how we act with each other. But yeah, people thought it was serious and took it seriously.
That's funny.
But yeah, slavery is a punishment. Perfectly on board with it.
That is crazy.
Because any crime, any sexual crime against a child deserves death. Drug crimes, slavery.
What? I think people should do drugs.
If you're dealing fentanyl,
Oh yeah.
you should be sentenced to slavery.
I think if you're dealing it, maybe. If you're doing it, let them.
You should be free to do anything you want
Yeah.
because I'm not going to stop you from doing something that's going to reduce our population of stupid people.
As you've said before.
You should not be held accountable for having it or doing it.
Yeah, they're a
You should
victim
only
of
be
their
selling it.
circumstances. They're addicted to a thing, and also in in true American fashion, you want to do something, you should be able to do it. So, but selling it,
That goes to a
I know.
very
that- I
dark
sh-
place
I
very
c-
quickly.
I could
As a pedophile is going to use that.
I could
clip
amend
as
that entire
fucking-
statement, but it would be very except for and including and blah blah. But in general, you should have the freedom.
Weed should be classified as not a drug at all. Weed should be completely removed entirely. I don't like weed.
Concur.
I don't like the use of it. I don't want it used in public. I don't want to smell it every time I go somewhere.
Yeah.
But honestly, it shouldn't be criminalized. And I would like the hemp industry in the United States to grow to replace paper so we can stop cutting down trees and just grow weed and use
Lib.
that. And THC's medical benefit, or CBD's medical benefits are, you can't ignore that. The studies are out there. CBD does incredible work. I think it should just be like a public ban.
Yeah.
You can't smoke weed in public.
Just like you can't drink alcohol in public.
Exactly. It should
Right.
have the same laws as alcohol.
Yeah.
You can buy it in the store. Don't do it in public. Don't buy it for anybody underage.
You can
We'll
have
a good
weed
day.
bars and shit like that.
Yeah.
You want to go and socially do it.
I just don't want to force average citizens that don't like it to have to smell it everywhere they go like they do currently.
I feel I don't know. I haven't worked
You
this
shouldn't
thought
be able
through.
to go to a public
Park
and
and have to
smoke
smell.
weed, and then
Yeah.
this poor grandmother who's watching her grandson goes to the park to watch him play on the playground, and all she smells is skunk bud.
Right.
Whatever you do in the safety of your own home is between you and your home. Outside of the home, we have a problem.
There is a certain percentage of people that smoke marijuana. Not their first time, perhaps, but eventually they develop schizophrenia.
Yep, I've seen that study.
Yeah, so it's like we have to find out what gene it is, and I think offer the test to people, and I don't know. How do you feel about if somebody knows they have the gene for schizophrenia, and then
Continue to smoke it.
continues to smoke marijuana, then becomes a product of the Medicare, Medicaid system off of the taxpayer dollars?
We should be getting rid of Medicare and Medicaid entirely, because all that did was fuck everybody over.
What about people who
You
were
shouldn't
born
be punished
disabled?
for not having health insurance, which Medicare and Medicaid do.
Yeah, but how about people who they're born with a disability? Their family has to take care of them for the rest of their life,
Yes.
and their family dies. What is left for them? They have to die.
Yep.
I don't believe in that.
I believe in not separating the family unit at all. I don't like this whole push your kids out of the house at 18, tell them to go buy a house and do whatever. Honestly, I think families should buy plots of land, build compounds, and stay together.
That's what I'd like to do. That's why I keep having kids. Trying to hopefully convince
Yeah,
them.
no, I'm a huge nuclear family guy. But when it comes down to it, like, in the same way, you shouldn't have all these 60, 70, 80-year-olds on Medicare, Medicaid, like, oh, the state's going to take care of this. Like, it should be up to your family.
It
But we
definitely.
also should have an economy that allows that to happen.
Right now.
Where, the grandparents raise a generation, that generation is taking care of them, has their own kids, those kids then take care of their parents and their kids, and they all, like the family property. And
Right.
But I don't
Have
think
you
that...
ever seen somebody who doesn't like their family for
Yeah, I've seen
genuine
plenty.
good reasons?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen plenty.
Now they're stuck having to depend on these people.
Well, if you're going to treat your kids like shit and you're going to raise them like shit, and then they in return treat you like shit and you're left out on the street, sucks to suck, should have been a fucking good person.
Oh yeah. So, but now as terrible parents, kid gets hurt, car accident, disabled, needs to survive off of state help. But now they have to go back home to their abusers to be taken care of.
Yep.
The face.
I can't make policy based on edge cases. I have to base it
I
on
don't
the
think that's
majority.
like a 1% case. That's a
It's not the
pretty
majority.
common 49-51.
If it's 49, it's not the majority.
Ah!
I can't make subjective policy. I can only make objective
Well,
policy. If it favors 51% or more, it's in the best interest of the majority of people.
Well, that's like 51% of what? Because no president has won over 51% of the voting population.
That's because we don't even have
long
over
time.
51% of the population voting.
There it is. so we should have
And we should have far less.
people
No, voting.
far less voting.
I'm fine with either, but yes, fine.
He's like more
Circle back
ovens.
to abortion. No. But no, we should go back to white male landowners voting. If you don't have a stake in the system, you shouldn't have a say in the system.
All right, and then about a process to having a stake in the system, because land
buy
already,
land.
like owning a property right now is crazy, and banks own all of the land, so you don't really
Yeah,
own
we
the
get
land.
rid of that when we get rid of the Jews, and we outlaw usury.
Whoa. So basically, you're saying the Jews are the root of all problems.
Well, if money is the root of all evil, and the Jews are only focused around money, we get rid of the coin clippers.
Ba-ba-ding, ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-dee.
Dominoes.
Damn.
Gotta push over the first one.
Yeah.
What amendment are we?
It keeps happening.
We're gonna get fucking
I hope
booted
your
up.
guests like me.
They're gonna love you. They're gonna love
Your
you.
guests, your viewers, I mean.
They're gonna be like,
I am your guest,
I don't
and I
think you
like
should have
me.
that guy on anymore. No, that's gonna be great.
Gonna have a new theme song for the opening.
Why are you gonna go?
Gonna be
20
Erica.
minutes? Why are you gonna be like this? Just stay.
Oh, I'm gonna stick around. I'll
All
stick
right.
around.
His wife will divorce him.
No.
No, she won't. She needs it.
So we did 14.
15.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so ready for this. He just had a reaction.
Yeah. What amendment?
Well,
are we on?
Amendment 15. You cannot be stopped from voting because of your race or skin color.
Toss it.
Keep, amend, toss.
Toss. Toss it.
Putting me on the spot.
Don't listen to him. Toss it.
Rob's
I'll keep
You should
it.
absolutely
I'll keep
toss
it.
that.
All right, keep it.
Amend it.
Toss.
I will say this though. Fucking. Then this goes in line with the 14th, everything.
I need the actual wording of this.
Yeah. Not based on race, based on citizenship.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter your skin color, but like,
If you're not a citizen, you can't vote. Stop voting. Stop getting loopholes and all this shit. And
Hold on. 15th, right?
race or skin color.
Prohibits federal and state governments from denying a citizen the right to vote based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude.
Ooh.
Okay. Denying a citizen
right.
the right to vote, I would keep. I would not base that on race because I would base the entirety of
shouldn't-
voting should only. I don't care what race you are, honestly. If you have a stake in the system,
Right.
you should be allowed to vote.
You should. Yeah.
If a black guy has the money, comes in and buys a giant plot of land, or not even giant, just buys a house or a plot of land, he should have the right to vote. He has a stake in the system.
Right.
I don't care what his skin color is.
I feel like people in a city would not really be able to vote because they're all living
People in the city are pieces of
multifamilies.
shit.
All right. I agree with that.
Jesus Christ.
New York City, for example.
Oh man.
New York City is a third world country, and
If-
it should be treated as such.
If you're a condominium owner, is that considered owning land?
Yes,
Yeah.
you own property in the United States.
But if it's on the 17th floor of a high rise, you don't really own the land.
You own a stake in that high rise, though.
you own 500 cubic feet of air.
You still own it though.
That's also if we're treating condominiums like an apartment complex, because there are also condominiums that are their own houses in areas, like
Yeah.
in like cul-de-sacs where they build like 6 or 7 condos.
Yeah, so your condo has to touch the ground?
No, I would just say a condo in general, if you buy it,
Right. You own
counts
it.
as a stake in the system.
So, plot of land, hundreds of units tall. Guy on the top floor buys the condo, even though it's not.
The
Like-
guy who buys
Yeah.
the penthouse, yeah, I think you should get a stake in the system.
How about the guy who buys the smallest or menial apartment there?
He clearly has ambition and deserves a stake in the system.
All right, I like this. That's good.
Yeah.
Because it's not
I like
fitting the
people with
typical
ambition.
land definition. There's no land being bought. You're buying.
No, but he owns a stake. Because he bought in, he owns a stake in that land.
Right.
If the owner of that complex were to sell it, he's fucked.
There's usually a land lease. Or have you ever heard of HOA? Somebody
I
owns
have
the
heard
land.
of HOA, and I
You
both
don't own the
agree
land at
and
all.
disagree with them at the same time.
You own the 500 cubic square feet of oxygen, whereas somebody owns the land beneath you, and you are renting it from them.
Yeah, HOA fees, all that shit.
There was a court case about this. The United States government wanted to drain the water on a plot of land, but they did not own the land under the water. Somebody else did. And there was a court case about it, and the landowner won. Because he owned the land under the water, therefore they gave ownership of the water to him.
Wait, hold on. From the top, there was a what?
He owns the
There was a landowner, dude bought a property, and that property included the land underneath, I think it was a lake. And this was like a decade ago, if I remember correctly. But the United States government, or the state government, got in a legislative battle, or a legal battle with this dude about whether they could drain the lake or not. And the courts favored the dude because he owned the land under the lake, meaning the water on his land was his water.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
could not do that.
That's happening in Rhode Island right now, actually.
Shocker.
Pissing off everybody that owns they have, things where their boats go on, docks and all that stuff.
Yep.
So the guy, since he bought the land under the lake, he's been decreasing the water. And he's saying, pay me. He wants millions of dollars to bring the water back up.
It's his water.
It's
He
insane.
owns the land.
Yeah. What a boss move. He bought it for like not much money.
If he bought the land, it is his land, regardless of how people feel about it.
Yeah. That's amendment?
Which one? 15?
16?
16?
No, that was
No,
15.
we just did 15.
Amendment 16. Congress can collect income taxes, keep it, toss it, amend it.
Toss it.
Toss it.
Toss it.
Agreed.
Income tax shouldn't be real.
Shouldn't exist. Amendment 17. People directly elect U.S. senators, not
Toss it.
state legislators.
Toss
Keep
it.
it, amendment, toss it. Toss it.
Toss it. State legislatures need to pick senators because the senators represent the state, not the people. The people should not be allowed to elect them.
Whoa. What? Then who elects them?
The legislature.
The legislature.
Picks,
But
not
you-
elects. Picks.
But you vote in the legislature, right?
You've
Well, that's how it was originally. Is we vote
That
for
is
our
how it was
local, and then the local
the state
elects the city.
legislature that was elected into power chose the people that they wanted to send to the Senate to represent the state's interests. And then with the ratification of the 17th Amendment, it became a popularity contest. We should not be electing people
I can
that
get on board
represent
with
the
that.
state. It should be chosen by the legislature.
Yeah.
If we have a
Originally-
legislature that actually represents Rhode Island and believes in Rhode Island, we need to allow them to choose the senators to represent Rhode Island. Senators shouldn't be a popularity contest because they don't represent citizens, they represent states.
It's not here, but within the same breath, also we weren't originally supposed to be voting for presidents.
Really?
Yeah, the Senate, our delegation votes for them.
Yeah.
And we
I don't,
vote.
actually, I don't. Are you sure?
What? We
Yeah.
have a set board of electors that's sent, but they're chosen by the people.
Yeah.
They have the
They have
complete
to vote the way
authority.
the people do, except for 30. No, there's 30 something
take a
states.
piss.
We'll pause the podcast.
You don't have to pause.
No, we can just keep going.
All right.
I just gotta take a pee.
But no, there's a handful of states that have made a pact that they do not have to vote the way that their citizens have voted. And one of the problems with the redistricting, I believe it was Virginia, was going to have a problem with that because they were going to join that pact, which was going to put it to the point where Democrats would win no matter what, because the state legislatures can vote however they want without having to be held accountable to the people of that state.
Here it is. In the original U.S. Constitution, 1787 to 1804, before the 12th Amendment, citizens did not directly elect the president. The president was elected by the Electoral College. Each
Yes.
state legislature decided how to pick its electors. Number equals state senators plus representatives. In many early elections, state legislatures appointed the electors themselves. No popular vote at all. Even when states allowed a popular vote, citizens voted for electors, not directly for the president. The electors then voted for the president and vice president on the same ballot.
That is still roughly how it works. But tell me how the wording of that coincides with the 12th Amendment, where the president and the vice president cannot be voted on the same ballot.
Oh, that's weird.
They contradict each other. So one of them has to go.
Huh.
But yeah, the Electoral College. There's so many people that want to get rid of the Electoral College. And initially, I was one of them until I actually researched the Electoral College and understood why it existed. And I'm like, okay, well, if we go off of popular vote, then California and New York alone decide the president for the other 48 states. How the fuck is that fair in any regard?
Yeah.
Because if we're just going to allow California and New York to decide the outcome for 48 other states that don't have the same economy or way of life as New York or California, what's the point of being the United States of America or having a union of 50 states? Because as far as I see it, at least 30 others would just be like, you know what? Fuck this system and fuck you. And they would leave that system.
I feel the same way, even if you flip it, should Florida and Texas be deciding every election? Some people might be like,
They don't
please,
have
oh
the
my God,
population to
thank
do
you.
so.
But like if they did. So it shouldn't matter. Like, okay, the population right now is in states
Regardless
who may
of how
not
much
agree.
I agree with the politics of Texas and Florida, they also shouldn't be able to decide the election for 48 other states.
It is some way of smoothing out the process.
Yes. So the Electoral College, regardless of whether I love it or hate it in the moment that it is being used, it's a necessary evil.
Yes. We love necessary evils.
The only problem is the states that joined I forget the pact.
This was great.
This is really
This is
good.
the best guest.
You're coming on next week, Brandon.
I'm with it. The National Popular Vote Interstate Compact is an agreement where participating states pledge their electors to the winner of the national popular vote rather than the state level winner.
What happened?
Where state electors, so let's say Trump wins Rhode Island, right, by like 60 to 40. Our state electors, if we were a member of this pact, wouldn't have to vote the way the state voted. They can vote however they choose. So they could have still voted Kamala, even though 60% of the state voted Trump.
Yeah.
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 That's the problem with Virginia. They're currently trying to join that pact.
That they could just do whatever the heck they want?
Where they can say, fuck everybody that voted red, we're just going to vote blue regardless.
Yeah.
And they won't be held accountable for it.
I thought that was the original intent.
How many
It's
states
not?
are
That's
like
new?
that? There's a couple states like that, right?
There are.
And
I
think-
want to say it's in the teens.
Isn't that too
But they
Yeah.
generally go.
As of 2026, it's been adopted by 15 states and the District of Columbia.
But they generally go with who won in that state, right?
Most states do,
Yeah.
but these 15 do not have to.
They don't have to, but
It's-
they generally do, right?
For the most part, yes, because currently they are blue states.
Oh, all right.
If they overnight became a red state, the electors could still vote blue and they couldn't be held accountable for it.
Wow. That's some fuckery.
Participating states pass legislation to award their electoral votes to the candidate who receives the most popular votes across all 50 states in DC. So that removes, outside of Trump's semi-landslide in 2024, that would remove a Republican's ability to ever win, because Republicans don't win by popular vote. They win by electoral college.
Right.
And they don't win by popular vote because of the Department of Education and what they teach our kids.
Right.
Like Columbus was a good guy.
in the
and he
original
wasn't a Jew
Constitution,
expelled from Spain.
Article 2, Section 1, the electors, often called delegates, did not have to align with any state popular vote. It's in our Constitution. But what is this? They're coming together as states.
They're just saying we cannot be held accountable by our state for voting however we want, regardless of what the state votes for,
Yeah, but that's part of the Constitution.
because that matters.
Yeah, they only like the Constitution when it
They only
when
like
it
the
fits them.
Constitution when it suits them. They claim free speech while trying to cancel you for having an opinion that isn't the same as theirs.
I feel like
They claim you should have your guns banned, but they want to kill you in schools.
yeah.
Oh, we need to ban guns because of gun violence, and we're the #1 most gun violent. All right, take suicides and black people out of the equation, and how far down the list do we fall?
Jesus Christ, Brandon.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't
no.
care how
Have you ever
racist
looked
that
at
sounds.
The suicide
Ha-
part.
Have you ever looked at? Have you? Oh yeah, we can't say that. on
Suicide
No,
YouTube.
no, I mean like just take the black people. But
All right, sewer slide.
Oh no, hold on. It's you're getting on the verge of racism. you know.
No.
But
It
are
would
not.
only be racist if it was incorrect.
But are they not a victim of their economic status, of which
No.
they've been appropriated to these types of places, and they haven't had the best kind of things provided to them?
Were Asians not treated the same way when they first came here?
I think
Why are they the #1 economic bloc in the United States?
they mass shipped here in boats
They were
against
put
their
in
will
internment
as
camps.
slaves.
Yes. Yes, they were.
Millions of them.
The Chinese built our railroads, and we treated them like fucking shit. And for the most part, we still treat East Asians like shit when they come here. You notice how we had a stop Asian hate movement until they figured out that black people were the ones that were committing most of the Asian hate, and then suddenly that movement disappeared?
That was a video out of New York City. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, where black people repeatedly push
That
Asians
was
in front
made
of
up
trains.
anyway. There was no Asian hate. There was like a couple isolated incidents.
There's no
and they say,
Asian hate
look,
coming from people
it's
that like Asians.
happening. But yeah.
Yee.
Yeah.
No, but
What was the topic?
They have,
to jump in on that tangent though, the numbers that he's bringing up, I've seen those numbers. They're fucking spot on.
crime.
If you took the suicide and gang violent crime, gang violent crime, yeah.
Are you winking about the
Which
color
is
of the
90
skin?
plus minus
Well,
percent black.
I'm not gonna go on the color tangent.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
will.
it's okay. But who's gang violence? Let's just be honest.
It's a lot of colors.
Who is it?
Hear this. You're probably speaking to like the prison population. A lot of the people who go
They're
to
in prison, I
prison.
don't care about them.
Yeah, but a lot of them are they're not white. All right. Black
lot of them
people
are.
make up 13% of the population, yet they make up I think over 50%.
2% of the violent crime.
Yeah.
I can lower that and make that even worse.
Go ahead.
13% is the entire black population of the United States. It's not every black person committing a crime.
No.
So if you were to take 50-50, where 50% is black males, 50% is black females, you now have to lower that 13% because that's all of black crime, or all of the black population. Lower that down to black males. Now we're looking at 6% of the population. But it's not all black males, is it? Now we got to lower that even farther. The numbers get fucking scary. We're
But a
looking at 3
percentage-
to 4% of the population committing 52% of the
Yeah,
violent
because
crime.
isn't
We're
it
not
by
looking at 13. 13 is the entire black
Yeah,
population.
because
they're
isn't
not
it-
all criminals.
Isn't it by age bracket too? It's like 18 to
18
like
to 26,
yeah.
I think, is the rough age where
Right.
most of the violent crime is coming from young black males.
Yeah, and then if you
then
bracket
they
it
say
out by
it's-
age, there is a disparity between races upon which the median age of white people is very old right now because we have the baby boomers having a giant anchor there. Median age of African Americans is much lower. It's like 25 or lower. So obviously now which age category is going to commit more crimes? 50-year-olds or 25-year-olds?
18 to 25.
18
Exactly.
To
So now there's a disparity. Now the
Yep.
crime is going to be obviously more leaning towards people who have the median age category, races that have a median age of 25 years old, which are Latinos and blacks. So then,
Yet they still commit most of the violent crime.
but statistically, it may be because of
Per
the
capita.
median age is skewed towards them. If you were to adjust for age, I wonder, we're not going to do it right here. Pull out Excel.
White collar
get the
80-year-olds aren't gunning down black kids in the projects. No, it's black kids gunning down black kids in the projects. You know, you get like movements like Black Lives Matter, and yet they say nothing about black on black crime. They only speak about white on black, which is a minority of crime. And then we get to the fact where they're like, oh, well, white people are incarcerated for this. I'm like, yeah, would you like to look at the rates of who's classified as white in the prison system? Because I can show you a video right now.
Oh yeah.
Where it's Spanish people, it's black people, it's third world immigrants, all just classified as white.
Yeah,
so the white crime statistics are actually far lower than we're given, and the black crime statistics are also far lower than far higher than we're actually given, because a lot of the states, California being one of them, stopped basing crimes by race and stopped reporting half of their violent crimes. New York did the same thing.
Yeah.
So less than 6% of the population is committing over 52% of the violent crimes. Because it's not all blacks.
I'd agree on that. Very small percent of the population
is
committing all the crimes.
Extremely small percentage of the population committing most of the violent crime. And it's the same. So, not Connor Tomlinson. Shout out Connor Tomlinson of the Lotus Eaters podcast. I'm thinking Tommy Robinson brought up that most of the rape crimes in the UK, 90+% of the convictions are Muslims.
Yeah, it's bad.
90+%. And you'll still get people like Keir Starmer who come out and say, oh, we don't have Muslim rape gangs. They don't exist. Because politicians are paid to pay people what they want to hear, not what's actually going on, because that makes them unpopular.
Yeah.
And I don't want the United States of America, where my wife can't leave the house without a gun because of Muslim rape gangs that we've allowed into the country because it's xenophobic to be mean to Muslims. I think it's perfectly fucking acceptable to me to be mean to Muslims, considering that they think that they should kill everybody that isn't a Muslim because they're a non-believer. Yeah. And they all have no problem with their prophet marrying a 6-year-old and impregnating her at 9. I think that's pedophilia. They think that that's a morally justified right, and I think they should all be killed for believing it.
Should. I don't like when people, they selectively look at, I like it. They look at data, and it's what they're doing in the UK, and they're skewing it based on how they really believe, like what they feel should be accurate, right? Or what they, like, oh my God, that's like a scary day.
Well, this
it's malinformation. It's not like it's misinformation. It's just like bad. Like we shouldn't really say it. But like my piece about age-adjusted crime for the population, that is a statistic that doesn't fit in cohesively with either the left or the right kind of narrative. Because on the left, they want to say that, oh, well, you know, there's way more black people in prison because of systemic racism. You know, they only make up 13% of the population, but yet they make up 52% of the prison population. That is insane. That has to be because cops are racist and the United States is racist. They are missing the point of age. Average black person is way younger than the average white person. And so you break it down that way, their argument kind of falls flat. And I haven't heard anybody have a good argument against it. Second, it also doesn't really align with maybe some more racist arguments. Because then it is they are there because not because they are genetically more violent. Perhaps they are. I'd like to see the studies, but because age is correlated with more violence.
For a fun fact in statistics, I didn't help my mother out at all.
Wait, what?
The statistics on single motherhood raising criminals. I didn't help that one at all.
You aided it.
I've been arrested multiple times.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just waiting for the dates for my speech.
Another criminal on our podcast. We're like 5 for 5 right now.
I've never been convicted. I've only been charged, never convicted.
You just haven't showed up for the conviction?
They've never been able to convict me.
Whoa.
Turns out you actually have to have evidence to convict people.
Oh. So
or at least
really
when you're white.
At least. All
Where
right.
are we?
Yeah,
Russell's got to go.
16?
I gotta pop out of here at some point
All right.
soon.
What are we on? 16, 17?
Yeah,
We'll
18.
speed run, no sidetrack.
No
right.
sidetracking. Answer, move. We have contention. We'll figure it out next week. Okay, let's go.
I'm down
We'll
for
go
that. I'll
back
come
to
back
amendments next
We'll
week.
keep track of the amendments that I say amend, and then we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So Amendment 18, alcohol is banned nationwide for prohibition. Keep, toss, amend.
Toss.
It's basically been tossed. Why is it still an amendment? They
Feels-
can't go back and
It was considered essential in 2020.
crazy. Next
Within
one.
100
We
years.
gotta move. Amendment 19, women have the right to vote.
Toss.
I knew you were gonna say
Yeah, toss.
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 You're married and you're gonna say toss.
Yeah.
My
Married
wife
to
will
a
vote how I
woman.
Well,
vote.
no, I think
End of story.
if you're married, that I honestly I think if you're married, that
The
yeah,
family unit should get one vote.
family unit, yeah, one vote.
And then what if the woman's not married?
Then her
Uh,
father votes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of problems there, but we are short on time. Amendment 20.
I'll come back next week with a better argument, but yeah,
All right,
toss.
write that one down. We'll come back to that
We'll
one.
come back to the 19th next week.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm not going to forget that.
Yeah. we'll go through each one of these. Say, what did you say again? Amendment 20. New presidents and Congress start their term sooner. It also sets rules if the president dies or cannot serve. Keep, amend, toss.
Keep.
I would say keep, yeah.
All right. Amendment 21. Yeah. Alcohol ban is ended. Repeal the Amendment 18.
Wow. Why don't you just remove the 18th and that one and just fucking call it a day?
That's nuts. I guess
Toss it.
once you amend, you can't unamend. Toss it.
Toss it.
You created a paradox here.
No, the paradox.
Just
already exists.
remove
I'm
those
tossing one
two.
part of it.
Let's just forget about prohibition and fucking move on from it.
Amendment 22. A president can serve only 2 terms.
Toss it.
Toss it.
There's
On
some
a
people
day
I
of no
genuinely
king
would have voted
process?
for multiple times.
Yeah, toss it. If you haven't noticed too, and we've had fucking
Three-term presidents.
yeah, we've had yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
guarantee fucking to you, JFK would have won like 6 in a row.
If he wasn't Israel. But Amendment 23. People in Washington, D.C. can vote for president. Keep, toss, amend.
toss.
You're not a state. You're a district. You don't get a vote.
Yeah.
Wait a second. People in Washington, D.C. can vote for
Yeah,
president?
Washington D.C. is not a state. It's a district,
They can vote for president?
Yeah, they
can.
can vote for
and
president.
they voted 97% towards Kamala.
Yeah, toss it.
Toss it. D.C. should not get a vote.
No.
If you're a resident of
Insane.
D.C., you get nothing.
Right.
Yeah. Because why else would it be a District of Columbia, not part of America, but then we're going to let them vote for the president? Like
Exactly.
the whole thing, you're
They're
not,
not
a part
state,
of
they don't get
America
a vote.
because the person who's running the other 50 states shouldn't have a
If I remember
bias of
correctly,
this.
they're actually trying to push legislation that would make them a state, and we don't need that.
Nope.
It just doesn't make sense. All right, Amendment 24. You cannot be stopped from voting because you did not pay a poll tax.
Toss it.
Toss it.
Yeah, because we don't need a poll tax.
Yeah. That,
We need
well,
to
Well,
change
if
who
you
can
toss
vote.
it, then if you don't pay the poll tax, you can't vote.
Mm.
That's what it's
There's
saying.
no poll tax though, and we're not going to implement the poll tax.
Oh, cool. All right.
yeah.
So it's just
All right.
like
It's a
just
non-issue.
waste of space.
It's a non-issue law.
I would answer it. Yeah, just no poll tax.
Toss it.
Amendment 25 explains what happens if the president is disabled or dies. The vice president can take over.
Keep it.
Yeah, keep it.
But what if the vice president was Kamala Harris?
Keep it.
Oh,
You still keep it.
If Biden dies, Kamala should have taken over.
liberal. Amendment 26. You can vote at age 18. Keep,
Amend
toss.
I would amend it.
What are we going to amend to?
I
it.
would.
21.
Yeah. I would say.
You can't drink. You're not old enough to vote, and we should also change the age of joining the military. If you're not considered if you're not considered at 18 a legal adult and your ability to buy alcohol, then you're not old enough to vote.
Yeah.
So we either lower the age to drink to 18,
Right.
or we raise the entire adult age to 21.
They raised the age of smoking to
You
21
can't buy
too.
cigarettes until you're 21.
Yeah.
You can't buy alcohol until you're 21. So you
I-
can fight and die for this
Yeah.
country, but you can't drink or have a smoke.
I would even go further and say 25 because your brain is fully developed at 25 and
Write
you
this
have
down.
life.
We need to dive further because I have arguments
Yeah.
for this.
I think 18's too young too.
Yeah.
Only today. It wouldn't have been back then.
Amendment 27. Congress cannot give itself a pay raise until after the next election.
Amend. Congress cannot give themselves a pay raise at all.
Yes, I would say that.
Imagine. Then they'd be
You are
stuck
not
at
allowed
like
to vote on your own raise when you only show up for 71 days of work and make more than I do, and I work.
if they were
6
stuck
days a
at
week.
1776 pay, they're gonna go home with $3.50 a year.
You,
You
should
know something?
only be paid the median income of the household income of your state.
Yeah, I would say that too. Because remember, this is supposed to be under the guise of service.
You are a public servant. You should not be getting rich in
Ooh,
office.
We should have it relative
So if
to
Rhode Island's average
outcomes.
income is only $50,000 a year,
Mm.
no representative of Rhode Island should be getting paid more than $50,000 a year.
And if they wanted to get a raise, then they would push policy to raise the fucking median pay gap here.
Exactly.
Good stuff, guys.
Change policy that allows businesses to succeed, most people to succeed,
Exactly.
increase the average.
If you want a
income in your
raise, then
state.
you do a good fucking job.
Incentive.
California, we'd have to set different rules though, because Hollywood is there and they're getting paid millions for movies. We'd have to set that as a different standard entirely.
Yeah,
Because I'm not going to pay a California senator $10 million because Chris Pratt was in a movie.
I think it would be based on
But then
I don't know.
again, it's median
maybe
household,
base
not
it-
even average. It's
maybe they
median.
could base it
Median's
on
better.
federal workers in that, or not federal work, state workers in that state.
No, if we stick to median, because median is middle, whereas average is taking them all up and then
A
dividing by
billionaire could
median's
offset
going
it.
to be lower.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or we could just go off
We
the
could do
lowest household
mean.
income.
Or what's the one where you? That's median.
If you go
but-
off lowest household income of that state, they're going to want to kick everybody off of welfare, and you're going to have to actually earn money because
Yeah.
they want to get paid more.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea.
If
And it's
everybody's
still
on
under-
welfare and you're serving the government, but you can only get paid welfare wages, you're going to want everybody off of welfare and making more money.
Right.
I
Which
like
would
this.
force you to close down welfare in your state or do whatever you could to do so.
The third one, mode. Mean median mode. Mode is if you lay out everybody's salary or income, and then whichever number you see the most of, that's the mode. So in the current economics, we'd probably see a lot of basically poverty coming back 18,500.
But then
18,500.
California and
We
New
can
York
operate on
would.
mode.
It would be less than median
Yeah, but
and
movie
average.
stars are outnumbered by regular people 10 to 1,
Yeah,
20 to 1, maybe even 30 to 1.
I don't know. It'd be
If we went off of mode, Northern California would fucking body Southern California.
yeah,
Northern California is farmers.
yeah.
That's why there was a talk about splitting California into 2 different states because there's 2 different fucking entire economies.
They want to
in
do that with the
California.
Oregon
Should
too.
do
They
it.
want to half of Oregon wants to join. What is it? Idaho?
Half of Ukraine wanted to join Russia, and now there's a war. So
They should split Rhode
uh,
Island in half, though.
Hmm?
We're not small enough.
Is that all the amendments?
Rhode Island? Psst, cut us in half, top to bottom in half. Left side, red, right side, blue.
that's literally
Oh, yeah.
how we come out.
If you touch
Everybody
water,
with beachfront property votes blue. And if you look, it's because their tax rates are lower.
Hmm.
Everybody in like Jamestown, Newport, all of those higher end districts have a lower income tax rate and overall tax rate than the rest of Rhode Island. They overcharge red zones and they undercharge blue zones in Rhode Island. That's why they keep voting blue, because they don't want their taxes to go up.
son of a gun.
Oh. Fucking corrupt state.
Welcome
All
to
of New
roadie.
England is like that.
yeah.
Well, we just speed ran the entire Constitution, probably like our founders did.
We will.
Yeah.
We speed ran the Bill of Rights.
I guess we'll
We could
return.
do an episode about the Constitution.
Yes.
I'd be back for that one too.
We'll have to return to the 19th for arguments.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's gonna be good.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be
I'm
great.
setting you guys up for the next 2 episodes, and I'm so down for this.
Don't-
Also, whatever clips get like the most like comments and people are arguing about, we'll definitely revisit that amendment.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll definitely argue.
I'm sure we're gonna get. I'm sure this is gonna be a.
Israel took
clip
us
farm.
offline because I told you about how they suck baby penis.
We're gonna have to do a half hour on that. Just
Yeah,
everything about
100%.
that guy, that church.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
No.
that, and then I'll bring up Lev to whore.
we've got homework.
Don't know
So
what
get
that
this. We
is.
got to get this episode out so I can listen to it while I'm working, so I can say, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Yeah,
Oh,
are you
yeah.
guys on Spotify?
We
One
have
episode.
one episode on Spotify.
It's tough because OBS downloads an MKV. I don't know how to figure out to change
to
it
convert it.
do it to whatever. Because Spotify won't take
They make
MKV.
the free online video converters. I
It's
use them
more
all the
time. No, it's hours to download.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours to download, and then 2 hours to
I'm talking
upload.
online specific.
That computer is almost
wait,
fried
this
too.
is recording and saving to your laptop, is it not?
Yeah, but I have to bring it to CapCut to edit. Takes
Oh, okay.
takes time to download from CapCut after edits, and then 2 hours onto YouTube.
Mm.
So if there's a third step in there, it's gonna be another 2 up and down just to.
Well, the online video converter, it would be as it's uploading, it's converting. So the moment it's finished uploading, you would just hit download, and then depending on your internet speed, it would take 5 to 20 minutes.
I told Katie I left like 20 minutes
All right,
ago.
we gotta go. See you later.
Wait.
Would
Hold
you
on.
rather?
Would you rather?
Okay.
Guys, come up with anything during today's episode? Would you
yeah.
rather?
Sure. Would you rather be that rabbi?
Would you
Or-
rather suck freshly cut
Would
baby
you rather
hog?
our current political system or a benevolent dictator?
Oh,
No,
At this point, I would genuinely choose a benevolent dictator.
current system.
Current systems failed me too much.
It's so bad, but
Caesar, benevolent dictator.
Cesar Chavez?
No,
Wait, who?
Julius.
Julius
Caesar.
Caesar. what Caesar
won
were
all
you
their
Little
wars.
Caesars?
Little
He
Caesar.
won all their wars. He came back and they were like, yeah, we don't like the fact that he has control of all these legions. We're just going to kill him. He was like, you're not going to fucking kill me. I'll give up a bunch of these legions, but I'm keeping 1 or 2 to protect myself. And they were like, yeah, no, we're just going to kill you. And so he fought them, won, and became a dictator.
Huh.
Caesar was completely justified in his actions, and he was pushed to that point. I would much rather a benevolent dictator that can actually get something done and doesn't hate the people of this country versus the current system where half of our system does actually hate us.
All right, so it's basically like current system, or if Jesus Christ were president.
Yes.
So
That
what are
would be
the
a
odds?
benevolent dictator.
What are the odds of getting a Jesus Christ? But I guess we're not taking in rationality here. Just like if
Ideal scenario.
somehow, yeah.
You end up with that's why I put benevolent there.
But then-
you end up with a dictator who works for the actual best interests of the majority of the U.S. population, or you end up in the current system where we trans kids and kill our own people.
All right. So how about? Would you rather?
He doesn't want to answer because he's paid by Israel.
I'll answer it.
Benevolent dictator.
Probably benevolent dictator.
All right. So would you rather?
But it
If
has
Trump
to be.
wasn't hamstrung by Congress, do you think we'd be better off or worse off?
I think we'd be better
if
off.
Trump
I
wasn't
think so
hamstrung-
too.
And
Yeah, me
you know
too.
what? I'll add to this too. I won't say forever. I would say until the system is cleaned up.
They'd still have term limits.
It's just
Yeah.
in
You would just be a
practice,
dictator.
it wouldn't work out.
Right.
We're living in fantasy land. This is how like socialists work. It's like socialism's great on paper, it's not really, but like
This is a
wow,
would you
yeah,
rather.
well,
This isn't
everything gets
ethical
sort of where it
science.
needs to go.
We're not like
Yeah,
actually
so
saying.
would you rather?
Would you rather?
But now you're on recording saying that you want a dictator.
I would much rather.
Would
live
you
under
rather a
benevolent dictator.
pedophile who cures cancer, or see already here you got
Or a cancer victim that solves pedophilia? A cancer victim that solves pedophilia.
no. Hitler. Well, no, or Hitler that solves pedophilia.
You didn't need to add the solves pedophilia.
Wrap
Thanks
it
for
up.
tuning in.
This is great. This is great. I love it.
Damn. Thanks for tuning in to the
I already
Subway
bought 'em. You didn't need to
Podcast.
sell them to me.
It's been Dylan, Russell, Brandon. We'll have Brandon back next week to run through
The
Bill of Rights
19th.
again.
The Bill of Rights, the 19th.
We did the Would You Rather, and now all that's left is
Oh,
later.
Peace.